The Neuromuscular Disease Foundation is an organization dedicated to a single goal: finding a cure for HIBM. The first breakthrough began at Hadassah University, where Dr. Zohar Argov and his team discover a flaw in the chromosome 9 gene that is responsible for this disorder.
The disorder is called hereditary inclusion body myopathy. The muscle is deteriorating, it's drying up.
And in the case of this muscular disorder, there's a particular gene called the GNE gene that produces a molecule called a protein that enables the muscles to maintain their strength through adulthood. When this gene can't make the appropriate molecule that muscle cells need, and it happens by the time you become an adult, the muscles begin to get weaker and weaker and eventually lose the ability to function.
If you look at the muscles, like a muscle biopsy from one of these patients, what you'll see in the deteriorating muscles are inclusion bodies. There are lumps and bumps inside those cells that just shouldn't be there.
There is no symptom. Mother is a carrier, no symptom. Father is a carrier, no symptom. The child, 25% chance they're carriers and they will have it. They will be affected with this disease.
This is Roya. Born in Iran, she is 29 years old and has struggled with hereditary inclusion body myopathy since the age of 18. 8 months ago, Roya and her family moved to the U.S.
It's hard because my mother helps me and I can't live alone. My father, my brothers, my mother help me to walk, help me to change my dress, help me to go to bathroom for food, for lunch, for dinner. They help me. 10 years ago, I can't walk well, and I went to visit a doctor, and he said me 3 next years you can walk. It was terrible. Nobody found HIBM 10 years ago. 5 years ago, I went to Israel, and the doctors told me it's genetic. He couldn't do anything for me. He said, I hope research, but wait.
Living with the effects of hereditary inclusion body myopathy is not the only challenge that its victims face.
There are probably 2 populations, ethnic groups, that we think of when we think of HIBM. One group is Iranian patients. Specifically, it's a little more commonly seen in Iranian Jewish patients. We also sometimes see them in the Japanese population. Truth is, it can actually be found in almost any ethnic group as a sporadic disease.
There is hope on the horizon. Researchers around the world are working together to find the cure.
How will this be treated? Well, that depends very much on what kind of progress is made. Having the Japanese mouse model is a big step forward for finding this out.
There is no approved therapy for HIBM. Because of these issues, the need for an animal model was pressing. Fortunately, we recently succeeded in generating a model mouse for HIBM. With this mouse, we can test many potential therapeutic options before actually doing clinical trial in human. At present, our research is focused on testing an agent for treatment on our mice. So far, we have preliminary but promising results.
The Japanese have an animal model already for the disease. I have an animal model for the rare genetic disease I've done most of my work on, called arginase deficiency. So we have experience with what are called knockout mouse models, and we can now apply that also to HIBM in our setting and try to do this read-through therapy first in an animal model and then as soon as we can in the patients themselves.
There's a lot of ifs and things that have to happen to make this successful and to get to each stage. the first, before we get into the clinic, is we have to make sure it's safe in animals. We've proven it has activity in cells. We have to prove that it's safe in animals, and once we do, then that's the time point when we discuss it with the FDA to move forward in this single patient, and then perhaps other patients, depending on the activity and the safety of it.
It's always difficult to give the news that they have a progressive disease that at this point is not curable. But you know, the only thing that makes me feel good about this job and about delivering the news is that I tell them that people are working very hard on this condition and that there might be a cure in the near future for this.
And I think if we can develop something that can help them, it would be tremendous. It's such a rare syndrome that it's not a big focus of foundations and grants, the government, or society, and so they're kind of in this corner where there really isn't a lot of help.
The reward of being part of a project that is local, that you can actually identify where your money is going, has great satisfaction to it.
With your support, we can overcome challenges which could delay us in our plan to develop a rational treatment strategy. With your help, we can make a difference.
So your support and your contributions will really benefit research in this field, and ultimately that will greatly benefit the patients who have this condition.
We're working very hard. We are determined to find a cure.
I want to thank everyone in this room and all of the people that have donated so far to this foundation. I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. This is really money well spent.
The Neuromuscular Disease Foundation thanks you for your support.